The defendant guilty of the lesser included offense of involuntary manslaughter in the second degree, a Class E felony. As to count 2, the unclassified felony of armed criminal action, the court finds the defendant guilty.
Tears in the courthouse as that guilty verdict is read to a Kansas City police officer. Thank you for joining us here tonight. I'm Carolyn Long.
And I'm Brad Stevens. For Eric DeValkenaere, there were tears of sorrow. Tonight, he faces a prison sentence that could last several years, and KCPD has started the process of firing him.
For Cameron Lamb's mother, there were tears of joy and sorrow. She got a measure of justice in the death of her son, but the verdict still does not bring him back.
KCTV5 has team coverage of the guilty verdict. We begin with Emily Rittman, who was in the courtroom when the judge announced his decision.
Today was an emotional day for everyone involved in this trial. The Jackson County prosecutor said there are no victors in a trial like this. Cameron Lamb's mother, Lori Bay, was overcome with emotion in the moments after she heard Judge J. Dale Youngs found Eric DeValkenaere guilty of involuntary manslaughter and armed criminal action.
We got justice for Cameron Lamb.
Inside the Jackson County Courthouse, Lamb's family members and friends clapped and cheered.
Say his name!
Outside, they shouted his name.
I go to sleep, he's there. I wake up, he's there. So he's been all over me. So it was very overwhelming, but I knew that the outcome was going to be good.
Judge J. Dale Young said this case involved issues of law related to the Fourth Amendment. Judge Young said there was not a hot pursuit exception because a car chase that Lamb was involved in had ended and the officers did not have a warrant, probable cause, or permission to be on private property.
That the state has met its burden to prove beyond a reasonable doubt that Sergeant Schwam and defendant were the initial aggressors in the encounter with Cameron Lamb on December 3rd, 2019. And had a duty to retreat from the encounter under the circumstances.
DeValkenaere and his defense attorneys did not comment as they left the courtroom. His family was also emotional when the verdict was read.
Because we all leave the courthouse, someone misses someone around their dining room table, and then there's another individual that faces punishment for the harm that's been done.
I am happy that the judge saw fit and he followed the law. But I miss my baby, and this just did not have to be.
A sentencing date has not yet been set. DeValkenaere will remain free on bond pending sentencing. Reporting from Kansas City, Emily Rittman, KCTV5 News.
Here's the sentence DeValkenaere is facing. The second-degree involuntary manslaughter charge could put him behind bars for up to 4 years. The armed criminal action conviction carries a minimum sentence of 3 years. Under the guidelines, that time will be tacked on to the end of the manslaughter sentence.